who have sent in their questions during this week or last week. Your question will be attended to, but not today, I think next week. So Betty sends her sincere apologies. Today's session, I want to go through some very basic things about building our business. So I'll take you through two things that I think are important when you start this Neolife business. The first is the basics. If you want to succeed in anything, always go for the mastering the basics. The second thing I want to discuss with you is how to approach the business if you're a part-timer or a full-timer, because it's very important to know the difference so that when you're doing the business part-time, you know how much time to put into the business. If you want to do the business full-time, you also know how much time and effort you need to put in the business to keep your business growing. So without further ado, I would like to share this screen with you. So what is the main thing of our business? What do we call as the main thing? The main thing of our business is talking to people. That is really the main thing of our business. And if you want to master anything, it takes repetition. I have read the stories of very, very successful sports people, athletes. They always say if there's something wrong with their performance, they always go back to the drawing board. What are the basic things I need to master? It is always the same answer. Go back to the basics. If you're a basketball player, basics. If you're a sprinter, the basics. If you're a marathon runner, the basics. So the basics of our business involves talking to people. But why do you talk to people? You want to talk to people so that you can, one, give them adequate information for them to make a decision to become promoters of the products, or if they're not interested in promoting the products as distributors, is to make them customers, people who use our products. So the start of the business, the first part of our business is retailing products. Because remember this, there's no income in our business unless products are moved from the company to customers. That customer could be yourself, or that customer could be somebody else. So the first thing about our business is retailing products. Retailing products simply means you learn to share the products with people who express an interest in our products. But sometimes they may not even express an interest in their products. It depends on how much you expose them to the need of the products for them to buy the products. For example, you go to the bank or to go to the supermarket, or you're at a doctor's place and you start a conversation with somebody. And through the conversation, you ask questions, how they're doing, why they have come to see the doctor, all those things. Eventually, they will tell you something that requires our products as a solution to their problem. When you do that, when you link our products to their need, you've got a customer. So that is the first thing. Retailing products involves three to four things. Number one, you need to have product knowledge. You need to know what our products do. For example, if you meet somebody who has diabetes, you really need to know that the products they need the most are Botanical Balance, Tree and N. Okay? If you meet somebody with high blood pressure, you need to know that the products they would need is Omega-3 Salmon Plus, or garlic, or lipotropic agent, any of those products. If you meet somebody with arthritis, Omega-3, full motion. So if you have product knowledge, it becomes very easy for you to recommend products based on your knowledge. But a very important thing, which is step number 2 of retailing products, is listening to customers. Listening, remember, listening is an active thing that you do. And listening means that you listen to what people are saying and also what they are not saying. How do you know what they're not saying? Body language, the flow of information they give you, whether they're actually speaking freely with you. It's easy for you to pick up from their body language that they still have more to talk to you about or to tell them. And the best way to do that is to prompt them to keep talking. For example, you meet somebody who says that, my mom has had diabetes for such a long time, and it's really draining our resources. Then it's for you to, instead of jumping to offer a solution, keep asking the question, how long has that been? They'll tell you it's been almost 10 years. And how has that affected your family life? Then they will tell you. You keep talking in a very natural way. Have you tried what medication have you tried? You also, if you know somebody who's had a similar problem, then you can relate their story. I've had a friend of mine who also has had diabetes for a long time, and the experience has been very similar to yours. When we do that, then the person actually realizes that you are actually listening to what they're saying. And when you've listened to what they're saying, and you're confident that you're actually in touch with what they're going through, is when you offer and say, by the way, I represent a company which distributes products that can help with diabetes. One is called Botanical Balance, and the other one is called Tree and N. So it's important for you to, apart from having the knowledge, is listen to your customers. Once you've got a customer and you've sold the products and the customer is happy, 1 week after you have supplied the products, keep in touch with them to find out how they are doing. And the reason you do that is first, your genuine concern for their health. And secondly, they know that you care. And the next time they want to order more products, they'll be thinking about you. And then the last one about retailing products is get to know your customers. Are they family members? Who are they in your family? When is their birth date? All those little details helps you become familiar and know your customers well enough so that the next time they want to buy products, or from the products you've supplied them, you have a very good idea of when they want to order the next lot of products. Okay, so that's about retailing products. The first part of our business, apart from using products, is retailing products. The next part is recruiting, sponsoring people in the business. This is where I would suggest use what we call the Pareto principle. Pareto principle simply means spend 70 to 80% of your efforts on recruiting and training and 20% on retailing products, because the big money is in building a team. Okay, so how do you build a team? You build a team by showing the business to people. And last week, we talked about the sponsoring process. The first one is a name list. Sit down, write a name list of people and prospects. Now, why is this list important? Because remember, our brain or our mind is very, very powerful, but it needs to be organized in order for you to benefit from its power. As they say, the bluntest pencil is better than the sharpest memory. Write the names down. Once you've written the names down, the next thing is you need to call the people on that list one by one. 3 rules about name list. Number 1, do not prejudge. Do not prejudge anybody that so-and-so may be interested in the business or so-and-so may not be interested in the business, because you don't know. Don't make a decision on behalf of other people. I remember Betty and I made that mistake about 20 years ago. A neighbor of ours is a lady from Tanzania. We used to see her, meet her at the church, we would talk, but we never invited her for the meeting. So one day, Betty and I go for a meeting, and we find her in a training session. Somebody invited her, and she joined the business. So do not prejudge anybody. Don't look at anybody and say, this person may be interested, this person may not be interested. Okay, so don't prejudge. Secondly, write the names down. The third one, take names off that list. That means talk to them. Now, when you're talking to people, a few things that are important. Number 1 is preparation. What do I mean by that? Preparation is just the mental preparation of the call you're going to make. Don't just pick up the phone and call. Prepare your mind to make the call. Develop posture and confidence. What do I mean by that? You actually need to rehearse how the conversation will go on the phone. Why is that important? Because trust me, anytime you pick a phone and you speak, the person on the other side can tell whether you're confident about what you're saying or you're not sure of yourself. They can pick it up. When you're smiling on the phone, they can pick it up on the other side. So the first thing is prepare yourself mentally. Have posture and confidence when you're making your calls. And then do the invitation correctly. Inviting means know exactly what you need to say. A number of things. Number one, be in a hurry if you want to make a very effective call. If it's a friend of yours and you haven't spoken to them for a long time, it's very important to say, John, I know you haven't spoken for a long time, but this is a very quick call. I've got a question to ask you. Are you open to look at a way to earn extra income? They will answer yes or no. If they answer no, then they say maybe this is not for you. If they answer yes, they tell them, I've got a video that I want to send you. If I send it to you, would you watch it? That statement is very, very important because it forces your prospect to give you something in return. What you're going to do is to send them the video or the presentation. But they also in their turn, they say, yes, if you send me, I would watch it. If I, would you? Once you tell them, if I send you a video, would you watch it? Most people will say, yes, I would watch it. The next question. So if I send you the video now, when do you think you will watch it? That question is asked that way so that the prospect actually is the one who sets the time to watch the presentation, not you. Because when somebody makes a commitment to do something, it's not you who is calling, who has made the time, it's the prospect. So you ask, if I send you the video now, when do you think you will watch it? Then they might say, oh, I'll watch it tomorrow morning or by Thursday. So and then the next question is, so if I send you the video now, you're going to watch it by Thursday? They say yes. So if I call you on Friday morning, you'll have sent watch the video, we can discuss more about it. They'll say, yes, you can call on Friday morning. Then you say, okay, I'm going to send you a video. We'll chat again on Friday morning. They say yes or no. Most people will say yes. What you have actually done is that the prospect has said yes 4 times. The first one is, if I send you the video, would you watch it? They say yes. The next one, if I send you the video now, when do you think you'll watch it? Then they give you a time. I'll watch it at 2 o'clock or Friday morning. The third one, so you're going to watch it on Thursday morning. They say yes. So if I call you on Friday afternoon, you'll have watched the video. They say yes, I'll have watched it. The prospect has said yes at least 4 times. And that is the way your effectiveness in prospecting or inviting people to see the business correctly. Okay? Once you've invited them correctly, okay, let me say you're inviting them for a face-to-face meeting. I would suggest that if it's a face-to-face meeting, the best result is always when you go and pick your prospect. Sometimes it's not possible. If it's not possible, take this to the same process. Jacqueline, I want to invite you for a presentation on Thursday at 2 o'clock. If I send you the invitation, would you come for the meeting? The same question, if I, would you? They'll say, yes, I'll come for the meeting. Said, okay, so would you like me to pick you up or would you be open to go by yourself? Most people say, no, I want to go, I'll meet you there. I said, okay. The venue is this hotel at this street address. If you come to the venue, go to the reception, and ask where the Neolife meeting is. You will find me at the reception. I'll be putting on a white shirt and a black trouser. The reason you need to give those small details is that you're actually capturing their mental attention. When you invite them and give them an address and you don't follow up with those details, the chances of them coming are reduced. But if you make those small details, the venue is at this place. If you come to the venue, go to the reception. I'll be sitting on a chair next to you. I'm wearing a white shirt and a black trouser, or I'm wearing a jacket. All the small details captures your prospect's attention, and it increases their chances of coming for the meeting. Okay? Now, once you've invited them correctly, if it's a face-to-face meeting, be on time at least 15 minutes before time so that you're there ahead of them. And then the next thing is showing the business. If it's a big meeting, the speaker will explain the business on your behalf. After the presentation, I would suggest don't ask the prospects what they think about the business, because the truth of the matter is they don't know what the business is. So my suggestion is not to ask them what they think about the business. The question I would ask is, did the business make sense? And the reason I ask that question is to actually see if they were paying attention to the presentation. Did the business make sense? If they said, no, it didn't make sense, then you ask, what can I clarify you about? Is it about the product or about the business idea? Then they will tell you. If they said, yo, the business made a lot of sense, and it looks a very attractive proposition, the next thing is, what did you like most about the business? Is it the product? Is it the business side, or a little bit of both? Okay. The reason you ask the question like that is you want their mind to focus on the positive things they saw in the presentation. What do you like most about the business? Very important question. Now, maybe you haven't met the person and you need to tell your story. It's very, very important for you to tell your prospects the story of how you came to be involved in the business and what your experience has been. There is nothing more powerful than your story. Facts tell, stories sell all the time. Telling your story is a very powerful tool that you need to master and say over and over and over and over again. I mean, Betty and I have been telling our story for the last 27 years. And every time I tell our story to somebody, it is always refreshing to see their reaction. Okay, so learn to tell your story. 4 parts. What you were doing before you joined the business, how life was difficult, how you came to join the business. Number 3, what the business has done for you, either in product or in income. And number 4, how the future looks like. Okay, that is how you tell your story. It's something you can practice, and within 4 minutes you've told your story. It doesn't take long, but you have to be very precise in following that order. What happened before you joined the business, how you came to join the business, and the business came to your rescue. Either you've got benefit from the products, or because of the business you've managed to replace your income, you've managed to quit your job, or one of the parents have become a full-time parent. All those things. Tell your prospects about your story. And the reason why they're going to relate to it, because they start playing in their mind their own story of how, when they join the business, their life is likely to be. And then follow up and close. Very important aspect. The fortune is in the follow-up. Please remember that some people you can follow up 2 weeks they join, 2 days they join, 2 months, 2 years, 5 years. It doesn't matter, as long as you keep following up with your prospects. Okay, so that is how you sponsor people in the business. First step, retailing products. Second step, recruiting. Recruiting simply means getting new blood into your business. So you need to have a daily activity, income producing activity. I think last week we talked about the daily method of operation. Daily method of operation simply means what are the things you must be doing every day to grow your business. Okay. Part-timers, we suggest at minimum of 3 people. Full-timers, minimum of 10 people. These 3 to 5 people, you need to show the business to at least 2. If you're full-time, at least 4 to 6 people you show the business on a daily basis. Okay? Now, let's get to something very important. I know a number of you are doing the business part-time. A number of you are doing the business full-time. Okay? Just to, as an example, how many of you, if you're doing the business part-time, please just lift your hand on the screen. Just want to see if the information you have is correct. If you're doing the business part-time, okay. Anybody else doing the business part-time? Yeah, I see Josephine Jipchumba Milka doing the business part-time. Fantastic. Janet, Monica Kamau, Helen Nyaboke doing the business part-time. Monica Odhiambo, Catherine Mwachara doing the business part-time. Dorothy. All right. So I think what I'm going to share with you ties in with what I see on the screen. All right, thank you so much, all of you, for taking part in this small exercise. The people who are doing the business part-time. All right. From the information on the worldwide business in network marketing, this business is designed for both part-timers and full-timers. Part-timers are 87% of distributors worldwide. Full-timers are only 13%, sorry. Part-timers, 87%, full-timers, 13%. What that means is that the majority of people in your team are going to be part-timers. Okay? Thank you so much, all of those who have lifted their hands. Now you can put your hands down. So, if you're in the business, please remember this, that more than 80% of your team members are going to be part-timers. So when you're planning your activity, please take your most people into account, that most of them are doing the business part-time. So this business is designed to accommodate both part-timers and full-timers. The part-timers, what is required of you to build a successful business? Number one, you need about 1 to 2 hours a day to do the business. And what do you do in those 1 to 2 hours? Show the business to 2 faces every day, either as a prospect to join the business or a customer. All right? So part-timers, 1 to 2 hours a day, show the business to new faces. Then you need to visualize how you want your business to look like. You need some physical exercise, because remember, your physical health is very important for becoming successful in the business. Do not neglect your physical health. Exercise, good nutrition, you've got the best nutritional products in the world. Rest, enough sleep, spend enough time with your family. All those are ingredients to make your business successful. And then, a very important thing, maintain very deep respect for your current job. Don't look down upon your current job. Why? Because it is feeding your family. I remember when we started the business, Charlie Bolton told us that when he started the business, he was doing it part-time. And he was such a good employee that when he wanted to go full-time, his employer was very reluctant to release him to go. Okay? So don't shortchange your employer. Maintain very, very deep respect for your current job, so that you're office on time. You don't spend time doing the business during your employer's working hours. That's cheating your employer. Okay? Have very disrespect for your current job. Manage your daily activity with discipline. and ensure that what you do can be duplicated. That simply means if you're part-time and you're showing the business to 10 people a day, the thing you need to ask yourself is, can the people in your team duplicate what you're doing? If the answer is no, think about it again. All right? So it's very important that everything you do can be duplicated in your business. Let me talk now about the full-timers. Full-timers are people who spend 6 to 7 hours a day doing the business. They show 4 to 6 people daily how the business is built. Prospects to join the business, customers for their for the products. And then if you're a full-timer, you need to realize your business is now your new employer. Just like I said earlier, maintain very deep respect for your current job. When you go full-time, maintain very deep respect for your business, because your business is your new employer. You see, if you're employed and you need to report at 8, what happens is which is 7:30 and you're not at work yet? You hurry to work. Have the same attitude. You need to hurry to get on with the business if you're doing it full-time. Okay? If you're full-time, remember most of your team members are part-timers. So you need to plan your business effectively so that you accommodate all the part-timers in the business. For example, if you sponsor 2 or 3 people and they're part-timers, what I would suggest is ask them if they're available for 1 hour during lunchtime where you can meet their prospects with them. Or if they're not available lunchtime, after 5 o'clock when they leave work, ask them if you can arrange a meeting with their prospects so that you can meet their prospects. That's very important, because then the part-timers also realize that they need to organize their time very well to suit their business and to suit also their sponsor's business, their upline sponsor who is helping them to grow. Okay? And then please pay tremendous attention to personal growth. Okay? Pay attention to personal development. Read good books, have goal-setting sessions, listen to good tapes, have self-talk. This is very important. Remember, you're paid according to who you are, not according to what you want. If your income level now is $300, that's the level of leadership level you've reached. If it's 1,000, if it's 3,000, if it's 5,000, that's the level of leadership you've developed. Okay? If you want to earn more, just develop yourself more. And then, if you're a part-timer and you want to go full-time, how do you know it is the right time to go full-time? My suggestion is speak to one of the people in your team leaders who is already a full-timer in the business. If you want to go full-time, I would suggest the following must be put in place and you take serious attention to them. Number 1, you must be completely sold in the business. What do I mean by that? That there should not be any doubt about the business when you're going full-time. Because remember, it is going to be your main source of income. And you cannot jeopardize your family by going in it half-hearted. All right? So you must be completely sold in the business. Number 2, you need to seek advice from an experienced upline who is already a full-timer. Ask them questions. I'm planning to go full-time. What do you suggest? What advice can you give me? Number 3, do not elevate your lifestyle because you're earning more money. Excuse me. What do I mean by that? When you go full-time, that's not the time to buy new cars. That's not the time to move into a new house. Okay? If you want to really travel, let your lifestyle be paid by Neolife by taking enough steps so that when you go for a trip, it's paid for by Neolife. All right? So do not raise your lifestyle because you've gone full-time. Let the company pick up that tab for you by taking enough steps so that if you go, let me say you want to go to Mauritius next year, take 2 steps to go to Mauritius free of charge. All right? Number 4, ensure that your Neolife income is 2 to 3 times your salary, and you are able to maintain that for at least 6 to 8 months. Let me say you're in Kenya or Nigeria, wherever you are, and your salary is about $600 or $700 a month. If you want to go full-time, first of all, check your combined income as a family, husband and wife. Make sure that when you want to go full-time, the income from your Neolife business is 2 to 3 times your combined income. And you need to maintain that for at least 6 months, 6 to 8 months. What that means, that for 6 to 8 months, you are actually been saving enough money from your bonus that even if the salary is not coming anymore, you've got enough reserve to keep you going. Save all your salary for this period, i.e., test if you can live on the income from the business. If it's not the case, maybe you should need to postpone going full-time. Okay? And then become a relationship expert to groom new leaders in your team. Remember, your really top success will come from grooming new leaders in your team. The more leaders you have in your team, the more successful you're going to become. So you need to be an expert in human relationships. I think that the real core of our business is how to lead people. That's the real core. Okay? Because when you lead people properly, they know exactly what to do in your absence. And then have the following things in place. You need to have a daily method of operation. We discussed that last week. Show the business to new faces every day. If you're full-time, 4 to 6 people, follow up with your prospects, post on social media, connect with 4 to 6 new people on social media every day. You need to exercise 30 to 45 minutes a day. And that is so important. In fact, I was listening to a video the other day that the more you exercise, the more new neural pathways are created in your brain. So your brain neural network actually increases with more exercise. The more you exercise, the more your brain becomes more sharper and alerter. Okay? So exercise every day, read at least 15 minutes every single day. If you keep doing that, nothing will stop you from becoming successful. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the few things I wanted to share with you this evening about, number 1, being a master of the basics. That is how to retail products, how to sponsor and recruit and build a new team. And when you start building a new team and it's growing, at one time, you'll come to decide, do I want to go full-time or do I still want to be part-time? If you're part-time, you need to know you need to spend 1 to 2 hours a day in the business. Give your current employment very deep respect. All right. If you want to go full-time, speak to your upline leader who was already doing full-time. Make sure that you're completely sold in the business. There is no looking back, no looking right, left, or center. Only look to the front, no left, no right, if you're going to do the business full-time. And then, if you want to think about full-time, make sure 6 to 8 months before you go, you're earning 2 to 3 times your current salary, and you can put that money aside so that you can test whether your business can support your business. The one thing I want to suggest to you that it's very true, and I had it a long time ago, and I can attest to it. When you go full-time in the business, do not imagine that your business will grow faster. I've tried it, and I can't explain why. It doesn't necessarily grow faster. That is why you have to be very, very deliberate when you're going full-time. It simply means you need to be working at least 4 to 6 times harder as a full-timer than you were as a part-timer. Number 2 is, remember, most of the people in your team are still part-timers. So they cannot give you the attention that you're looking for from a full-timer. You need to organize your time knowing that most people in your team are doing the business part-time. So have that in mind. If you do that, your business will be very successful. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you very much. Today is the 28th of September. Month end is still around the corner on Monday, Tuesday. If you haven't reached your goal, we say in our business, it's not over until it's over. So I wish you the very best in the next few days to reach the goals that you've set for yourself for the month of September. Those of you who are in East Africa, remember the 28th of October. Do not miss the convention in Dar es Salaam. Okay? Neolife has prepared a special convention for the East African team. In Southern Africa, we are meeting in our very city of Pretoria. I've booked the ticket, 14th October. Think about this. We've got distributors from Namibia who hired, I think, 4 to 5 buses to drive from Namibia, Windhoek, to Pretoria, which is almost I think it's about 1,600 or 1,700 kilometers. We've got people from Mozambique who are driving to attend the meeting. We've got people from Lesotho, from Botswana, people from all over the Southern African region. So if you haven't bought a ticket for your convention in your region, please do so. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We appreciate you spending this evening with me. Greetings from Betty, and all of you who are wherever you are, thank you so much. Good night and God bless.